Swadika and good evening and welcome to
Chatroom.
And as usual, we'll be seeing you every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on ThaiPBS World, where we'll be talking about the hottest stories in Thailand as well as social media dramas. I'm Nad Bunak.
I'm Frank Kanchi.
I'm Warisala Saihan.
And we'll begin tonight with this story. If you remember, about 2 years ago, there was a notorious incident of a police officer riding on a big bike at very high speed and crashed into an eye doctor known as Dr. Kratai while she was using a zebra crossing. And this has caused public outrage as well as social media outrage as well as many of the netizens demanded better safety on pedestrian crossings. And so far, the police officer has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. The appeals court changed the prison term imposed on a non-commissioned police officer from just 1 year and 15 days to 10 years and 2 months for crashing his big bike into an eye doctor while she was using a zebra crossing in Bangkok's Payatai district in January 2022. Back then, the sentence was so for this particular sentence, it was then commuted from 10 years to 5 years. Both individuals were injured in the accident, but the eye doctor who worked at Rajwiti Hospital died upon arrival at the hospital. The incident triggered a public uproar demanding better safety for pedestrians using zebra crossings. On April 25, 2022, the criminal court sentenced the police officer to 1 year and 15 days without suspension after finding him guilty of speeding and reckless driving, among other offenses. The prosecutor appealed the sentence, demanding higher penalties for the defendant, who also appealed for the prison term to be suspended. The appeals court, however, ruled that because the offenses were committed by a police officer who was supposed to uphold and enforce the law and ensure public safety, and he violated the law without any regard for public safety, the criminal court's penalties were too lenient and not in proportion with the gravity of the offenses. So we can see now that whoever committed the accident right there, it has been increased to 10 years and 2 months in prison already. So we can say that justice has been served for Dr. Kratai on this case because the incident has caused a public uproar on social media because people have felt that because a police officer just crashing into an eye doctor at a pedestrian crossing, that is really extreme.
And no matter which profession she was, and it was really astonishing, I think not just for Thai people and around the world too, because this news, it was very, very shocking at that moment. And you can see on the footage that, of course, the eye doctor just crossed the zebra line to the halfway, not even the halfway, and hit by the motorcycle because actually the speed was really, really high. Of course, we can see right now the police officer had deserved this, I think, this sentence and punishment there. But of course, right now we have seen a new rules for pedestrian in Thailand, of course, to pass. And sometimes in the pedestrian walk, the zebra line, we can see those zebra lines are highlighted in red.
Yes.
So when people, cross over, maybe those driver a motorcycle list, they could be more aware of pedestrian crossing.
I mean, the thing is, this story, it happened in the city areas. So the police shouldn't drive the car like the big bike in just a high speed anyway. So, I mean, it is, tragic to say that a policeman just, didn't follow the rule because I believe that the rules for the city drive in the city where there are so many people already and cross the road crossing. So, the limits, the riding speed limit should be there.
I'm not sure about the fine there because in Taiwan, actually, we just have a new law in Taiwan in 2024 as if when pedestrian, they cross the zebra line over 25%, the driver or the motorcyclist have to stop. If they don't stop, they have to pay for the fine up to 6,000 NTD is around 6,000 baht there, but it's not high though, 6,000.
But when we're talking about road safety in Thailand, we have to admit one thing, is that roads in Thailand are not safe to begin with. And that is the sad truth, even for people like us who have had to put up with this throughout our lives. And if we talk about road accidents, I just found this interesting information from Thai RSC. During the past week, from January 7th to the 13th, there have been 287 deaths from road accidents already just for that particular week, as well as 17,000 injuries. That actually proves that road accidents are very frequent in Thailand, whether it's in Bangkok or in other provinces across Thailand as well.
Yeah, actually, we just celebrate New Year's, right? So if you know Thailand for a while, every New Year's we always have 7 days dangerous
days.
So of course it could be a proof that Thai's road safety it's not that standard enough for the civilians to cross by or to drive on the street.
Yeah, and we will always say that it's not just the 7 dangerous days during the New Year's or Songkran that needs to be highlighted. Road safety should be highlighted throughout the year because considering the amount of cars, the amount of motorcycles that are on the roads, and it has been increasing every year, road safety should be in everyone's mindset. And this incident has proved one thing, even though it has prompted changes such as repainting the zebra crossings, improving the traffic lights. But if we have to be really honest, nothing has changed much, especially with the mindset of the drivers. Because if they feel that their vehicles are the priority and the pedestrians are not the priority, these cases will still happen. But it's because it was exposed on social media, people were criticizing about it. That was why it became a public attention.
And this comes with education too, because I think in Thailand or in my country, people are not educated enough about road safety. And of course, as a foreigner here, I experience sometimes I cross the street at Jadukja Park from the Mochi station to Jadukja Park, and they don't stop. Even if I already walk 25% or 50% of the zebra line, they don't stop. So I have to play the game as the frog to cross the zebra line and to see if I'm safe to go. But I couldn't say that if it's safe.
It's like a gamble or something. And the thing is, even though the pedestrian crossings are there, not everyone respects it. Even though there is someone crossing these zebra crossings to begin with, it's really the mindset of the people, the mindset of the drivers that need to be aware of the people's safety. But if you go to other countries, for example, in Australia, if someone is going to cross these zebra crossings, the car must stop straight away, and then you would just go this. Go ahead. The other countries are like that, but unfortunately in Thailand and some nearby countries, unfortunately they feel like drivers are the biggest priority.
I mean, one thing that I really want to point out, well, this story happens in Bangkok, right?
Yes.
But if we look at other provinces or even in the up countries, of course, if you've been to other provinces except for Bangkok, you could see that the road safety or even the road crossing line, in some area they're not even there. So I mean, there's a lot to talk about the road safety in Thailand for now.
But it's going to take a while to educate the entire country about this, but at least we need to teach the younger generation about road safety. And when we're talking about disrespecting the rules, you know, some tourists do disrespect some of the rules or are possibly unaware of the rules. So, well, we have to say one thing, that tourists do love Thailand because it is sunny and warm throughout the year. Therefore, it is normal to see foreigners sunbathing along the beaches of Thailand. But some of them went as far as sunbathing at Sanam Luang, which is a big no-no here. So photos of 2 foreign tourists sunbathing at Sanam Luang in front of the famous Wat Pho or the Temple of the Emerald Buddha and the Grand Palace sparked criticism on social media earlier this week. These photos were posted on Facebook along with a caption, "Unseen in Bangkok and this is not Pattaya." Many netizens commented that it is inappropriate to go sunbathing near a famous temple. Sanam Luang is traditionally used for royal ceremonies, festivals, and events of national significance. Therefore, many people regard Sanam Luang and the Grand Palace as significant places where everyone should maintain a level of respect. Some even suggested that the sunbathers over there should have been arrested. However, one netizen wrote that for foreigners, it is usual to relax or sunbathe in public parks, so they may have assumed that they could do the same in Sanam Luang. Some also felt that whoever took these photos could have told them nicely that sunbathing is not allowed there, instead of shaming them online, considering that the tourists may have been unaware of the site's significance. Meanwhile, there is another similar incident which took place in Chiang Mai, where two tourists were seen sunbathing at Wat Pho. So a Facebook page called Chiang Mai News revealed that a witness told a monk about this, and the monk said that he would inform the guide to tell these tourists to leave the temple. Same here, netizens commented that sunbathing around the temple is inappropriate, while some mentioned that foreigners may not understand Thai customs and suggest that temples should put up a sign instead so that foreigners will know what should or should not be done. So what are your thoughts on this?
No, I think it's cultural differences. But I think before foreigners come to Thailand to travel, they have to understand the culture and of course the traditional rules there, because temple is a very, very sacred place for Thai people. As long as you inside temple, even do not get into the main building of the temple, outside of the temple, you have to be very respectful for what Buddhism is, because sometimes when I go to temple, if I wear a very short pants, the temple staff or even the monks will tell me that, okay, you have to go to change or you have to get long pants to get in. So of course I think I don't blame on them, because they are not from Thailand, but they have to understand the core values of Thailand in terms of Grand Palace and famous temple. Not famous temple, every temple.
Every temple, because like whichever temple you're going to, you will always be told to go and change your clothes, because you have to wear modestly. And even though you do not have signs around the temple, it's like common sense for Thai people that we need to dress modestly, or else you will not be allowed inside the temple. And even for foreigners, they would at least be informed that, hey, you cannot wear shorts, or you cannot wear short skirts. You have to wear something that covers your legs, or anything. If your top is very revealing, you will be asked to wear something over it.
Yeah, like in some temples, they even have the staff that prepare the scrap in order to cover your reviewing parts. So I mean, talking about, speaking of the sign, I'm pretty sure the foreigners already know when they go to temples, there always a sign or stuff saying, oh, you cannot wear shorts and wear this. But sunbathing at the temple,
that is pretty extreme to begin with. But considering that Sanam Luang is a very huge place, sometimes if we try to sympathize with the tourists, they may not be able to see the signs because you don't know where it is. So. And another part is, like you said, is cultural differences. In their home country, sunbathing at a public park is completely normal. So they might have felt that sunbathing at Sanam Luang can be done as well. But like for Thai people, Sanam Luang is like a very significant place, and it has high importance among Thai people. So therefore, I think tourists need to do some research as well as to what should or should not be done, and we can keep the sunbathing part when you go to a beach.
Yes, but given that actually Sanam Luang is just next to the Grand Palace in Wat Pho, right? Yes, so it's very close to those touristic places and sacred places. And if I were them, I wouldn't do it, because of course it's not a park, it's just a grass field, and you do a sunbathing next to sacred places. I wouldn't support that idea, because it might, really conflict with local people and those culture we have here. And you can see, of course, on the screen right now, two other foreigners, they do this in Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
And it's another local temple, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the famous temples in Chiang Mai. But still, we as foreigners have to respect the local cultures here.
One thing that I agree with one comment is do not you should have told them nicely, just don't take the pictures and then put them on the internet, So that's the only thing that I agree with
because this might be their first time in Thailand. They wouldn't know what happened or what the taboo here is.
Yeah, because I do not agree with online shaming here. It's just that some people may not be aware of it, and I think it's not fair for netizens to actually shame them. Just secretly taking photos of them, it's already, it's already
It's not
offensive.
appropriate, yeah, I
it's
think.
already inappropriate to begin with, and then you shame them online only because they don't know Thai customs.
Yeah.
It's just a lesson, I think, for them to
Mm-hmm.
know, because as what I said, maybe this is their first time to come to Thailand to travel. They don't know what the customs is. So just a good lesson for them to understand the culture.
Yeah, so we have to say there are two sides of it. They might be unaware of Thai customs, but then we just have to tell them nicely that, okay, this is what you can or cannot do. On the other side of it, even though what they did was wrong, we should not be online shaming them.
And especially Sunlong. It's a very, very famous place for celebration.
Yeah, royal ceremonies.
Royal
as well.
ceremony, or even our late king's funeral took place
Yes.
there too. So it's a very, very significant place for Thai people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're planning to come to Thailand or any other country, just do some research about their local customs of what can or cannot be done, so that we can have a smoother trip.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
this could be a good example for those. All right, so the Thai government has been actively promoting its so-called soft power, well, through various campaigns and events, but this event has caused much confusion among Thai netizens. Well, many Thai netizens found themselves scratching their heads after the Tourism Authority of Thailand announced its campaign, Thailand Soft Power X Guinness World Records Challenge, which will take place between February 21st until the 27th at Siam Paragon. The event consists of 5 competitions, namely punching the most balloons with boxing gloves in 1 minute, wearing the most elephant pants 1 minute, eating the most Chinese donuts pa thong ko in 1 minute, wearing the most pita cone mask in 1 minute, and eating the most popcorn in 1 minute. Well, the aim of this event is to promote the 5 F's of soft power, which are food, fashion, film, fights, and festival. Netizens, however, criticized how these competitions are soft power. Well, most of them say that pa thong ko is not Thai to begin with anyway, and even went as far as criticizing whether this is all they could do to promote the country. What do you guys think?
Well, just looking at the 5 competitions right there, I think this is mostly about speed. Just doing everything all at once in 1 minute, even though there are separate competitions. But I do agree with some of the netizens here is that pa thong ko or Chinese donuts, they're not Thai to begin with. But while I do understand that they're trying to promote Thai street food, but I think
They have better choice.
yeah,
They
I
don't
think
have
there
to
are many other choices. And if we look at other Guinness World Records, we have seen more creative ones. Like, for example, creating the longest sandwich in Mexico, or even the biggest dance, or a flash mob. We can do something like this as well, but not like everything 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah, we could
It just doesn't make sense.
And they can maybe they can challenge the number of people wearing the corn mask.
Yeah.
Cone mask,
Yes.
Or
It's
maybe
kind of
we can make it a massive pita cone dance in
Yes.
Thailand. That can be a Guinness World Record.
Yes, I would call
already.
it soft power because it links to culture.
Yeah.
It links to Guinness World World Record, the challenge. Not about this. This is in 1 minute
This
to
is
do
more
everything.
like a race, and it's just for fun. And
Yeah.
what I don't like is that you're just competing only for Guinness World Records. But if you're going to create an impact in terms of soft power, I don't think these kind of events are that necessary. And if you're going to create such a challenge, it should be well thought out.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like these events are just, well, it's nice to have, but for, for in order to like promote the country's soft power, I don't think this is that, intense to begin
And
with.
one thing, eating the most popcorn in 1 minute, I'm pretty sure that other countries have already done it.
And then why it links to Thailand? I don't understand.
Exactly,
one
exactly.
thing, but popcorn is like, I believe it's like an American thing.
Yes.
So I think it's like, is it like they're trying to promote like this movie culture? But I don't think it makes sense to begin with. But like,
Movie culture? Okay.
it's like this movie culture, but then like, okay, punching the most balloons with boxing gloves in 1 minute, okay, I might be able to understand that because you're trying to link with Muay Thai.
Thai.
Because most foreigners understand Muay Thai really well. But then like, okay, this is the only one I find it most interesting. But other than that, wearing the most elephant pants in 1 minute, this doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think Muay Thai really catch my eyes because actually we link Muay Thai with diplomacy too. So we call it Muay Thai diplomacy. It's not just Muay Thai this sport, it's the idea and of course the spirit to do Muay Thai. But other than that, of course, elephant pants, okay, you can link it with foreign with the tourism. Chinese donut, I don't understand why they picked this one. And popcorn, I think because they have partnership with the online media TikTok, so they have to use this like 1 minute really short version of video in each section and link together. This is my imagination for this combination. All this
Okay, the only thing is just pita
materials
khon.
together. Yes.
Pita khon, right? Just the pita khon mask that link to Thai culture, Isan culture.
Yeah, but then like, I don't blame the TAT for this particular event because we have to say that TAT and related agencies have been trying really hard to promote Thai tourism. And there are many other events and campaigns that they have done which have worked. Like for example, recently they announced the event which is called Thailand Winter Festivals.
Yes.
That is like
you've been there
a
too.
great idea where they try to promote all of the big events and small events in different provinces. Okay, that works because you're trying to promote the lesser known festivals in other provinces, not just the main ones like Loi Krathong or New Year parties, that kind of stuff, or even things like promoting like sustainability,
Yes.
like ecotourism rather. It's like ecotourism, promoting sustainable tourism, that sort of thing. These are the campaigns that really work. And it does promote soft power in a way without telling that this is soft power. But this one, we have to say that this has raised eyebrows.
Yes. And actually, there are a lot of events that TAT has done, and we talk about it too. There are more than thousands events across the year. So maybe this is just one of the small one in the thousands event. But the strategy, I would say, maybe is go to the wrong direction because people, even if you cooperate with TikTok, people might just look at it, watch it for a bit, and go to the next clip, and it's not that special in my mind. It's not that unique.
Yeah, it's just there. People would watch it, and then some people wouldn't get it. Like for example, like popcorn, or for example, like patongko to begin with. So.
Well, if they change it to something like
Lochong.
frying, lochong, that's really interesting,
Yes.
or making like the biggest khao niao momuang or like mango sticky
yes.
rice. I think
Rice.
they have done it before, and I'm not sure if it has broken the Guinness World Records yet. But something like this would be much more powerful, or making like, or having like this large performance where they have pita khon, kinari, manora, and that kind of stuff. That would be more like phenomenal
Yeah.
in a sense, and it's worth being like, it's worth competing for Guinness World Records rather than just this.
And representing Thailand too.
Exactly.
We just talk about Muay Thai and Thai boxing. The Thai government plans to issue a special 90-day visa for foreign tourists who want to learn Thai boxing in Thailand as part of its bid to promote the country's soft power again. So of course, many foreigners, even around my neighborhood, there are so many foreigners coming to Thailand to learn Muay Thai. In Srettha Singh, Prime Minister Srettha Singh's ex-post on Sunday, he said that the government is ready to issue the special 90-day visa instead of the standard 60 days to learn Thai boxing. He said a similar visa will also be offered to tourists who wish to learn Thai classical dance, music, or Thai cooking, which are listed among elements of Thailand's soft power. The Prime Minister's plan has received a positive response from many netizens, calling it a good idea to promote Thai tourism and culture without extra expenditure. Others disagree, suggesting that the government focus on one element of soft power after another instead of so many at one time. Assistant Professor, one of the Prime Minister advisor and chair of the Soft Power Subcommittee on Sports, said at its recent meeting, the panel recommended that the government must first set the standard for Muay Thai training and organize a training course for them so they can be sent abroad to teach Muay Thai. So actually, of course, Muay Thai is a very, very famous sport in Thailand. And you can see there are professional competition in Thailand. And of course, many amateurs, foreigners, they come to Thailand for Muay Thai too. So I think this is a very beneficial policy for them, for Muay Thai. I really want to learn actually because one, it's quite, I wouldn't say violent. The spirit of Muay Thai is well designed and it's good to learn. But of course, it's a little bit violent there. Yeah. So it depends on what people like. Because actually under the umbrella of Srettha Singh's soft power policy, you can come to Thailand for classical dance, music, and of course cooking.
Yeah. I actually really like the idea of having a special visa for foreigners who want to learn Muay Thai or any other Thai elements, for example, like Thai dance. This is something that people don't really talk about so often. The Thai classical dance, it's very delicate and very complicated at the same time, but I'm pretty sure that there are many people who want to learn the art of it, or even Thai food. Thai food is everywhere now around the world, and it's great to have foreigners coming to learn the authentic Thai food and actually share these delicacies into their own countries. But at the same time, I do agree with this assistant professor, Pimon Siwikon, who said that maybe we should set a standard for trainers. Well, I would say Muay Thai trainers is one thing. I think it's really interesting. Yeah. Yes, they really need to set a standard so that Muay Thai trainers are actually qualified to teach other foreigners, whether they they stay in Thailand or they go overseas to teach Muay Thai to other people. And even I think it should also apply to other trainers as well, whether it's classical dance, music, or even Thai cooking. Yes. You really need real experts to teach the authentic Thai food, Thai music, that sort of thing, so that foreigners can actually understand the real sense of these Thai elements.
Yeah, one thing that come in mind for me is Thai music. Well, we all already familiar with Thai cooking and maybe Thai dance, but Thai music Thai music as a whole has a different sense of culture within itself too. So bringing Thai music as a soft power, I think is a good idea to embrace and capture the unrecognized sense of cultures. Because in the South we have our particular instruments, and in Isan or up north we have different style of instrument and the style of music. So I really glad that the government bring this out.
Yeah, and that's really interesting right there, because with the special visas, hopefully it might attract more foreigners to come to Thailand and actually learn all of these elements right there and all of the Thai dance, Thai music, Muay Thai, and actually when they gain much experience, they can share this knowledge back into the country.
And I agree with you too. Actually, those official associations, no matter it's for Muay Thai or for Thai food or Thai dance, they should give certification or they kind of a test for foreigners. If they go back to their country and they want to teach, they should get this certification.
Yeah, the certification is really important there as well. So, and now let's end the program with the story. I think this is something that has raised eyebrows among Thais as well, which is something about university regulations for graduation.
Yes, exactly. Well, when it comes to graduations for college students, of course, right, it is going to be a big day for the new graduates. But most university in Thailand, if you don't know, we have a different regulations for graduations. But the regulation that are for particular colors of dresses causes a debate among Thai netizens. Well, a post from Chiang Mai University graduation class of 68 or Bandit มหาวิทยาลัยเชียงใหม่รุ่นที่58 Facebook page announced rules for those attending a graduation ceremony. The rules are the first one, avoid shimmering and glittering makeups for women. And the second one is no color hair at all. It should be only natural colors for graduation, natural hair color. And the third one, glasses. Well, the glasses that the graduates will be wearing in the ceremony should be dark frames with no prints at all. And the glasses material must not be reflecting as well. Well, one rule that is being questioned among Thai netizens right now is that there are even particular shades of bracelets that are allowed in order to enter the ceremony. Well, the colors that are, the given colors are black, gray, white, and navy, which means colorful bracelets are not allowed. Well, some said that this regulation is unnecessary, adding that the graduates will not be smiled while going on the stage and be handed graduation certifications. Well, besides, some netizens argue that for some graduates that just have their bracelets done with the colorful ones, will have to pay to change to the given colors as they said. And in addition, others question how having colorful bracelets affect the ceremony in the first place, as the graduates may wear masks entering the ceremony anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty interesting, and we can see how petty it is with the rules and regulations for the graduation ceremony. While I try to understand that avoid makeups with glitter and anything that is too shimmering, I can understand that. Okay, no colored hair, and it should be only natural colors for graduates. I can understand that as well, but with the braces thingy, okay, why? Why do you have to be so petty with the colors of the braces on your teeth?
It's a question mark for me too, and actually it's a sense of micromanagement, very micromanagement. Because actually I understand, as I graduated from Chulalongkorn University, so I understand when we go to graduation ceremony, we have to wear of course the regulated uniforms or forms or gowns like this one. It's from Chula too. We have to wear that gown to get a graduation certificate from royal family. And I understand, of course, it's kind of like a protocol we have to follow. But the color of the braces.
I mean, the graduates won't be smiling anyway while get handed the graduation certificates. Well, the thing is, so many universities have their own regulations, which sometimes you could raise other eyebrows too. Well, for my university, we have like particular like hairstyles, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it's probably like familiar with other universities too. How about you, Pinan?
Because I graduated from Australia, we did not have these strict regulations like what Chiang Mai University is doing. And one thing that I have noticed, okay, this may not be related to the rules and regulations, is that when there are graduation ceremonies in Thailand, they would put full-on makeup, like with falsies, and like some people would hire a makeup artist just to do their hair and makeup specifically for graduation ceremonies. But then in Australia, we don't do any of that. We just do our own hair and makeup, just like, you know what I mean, right? We just keep it natural. And this is like the main difference between Thailand and Australia. And what I've noticed is that people in Australia would normally keep their makeup really natural. So, okay, not everyone is gonna go barefaced. I totally understand that. But like, just makeup so that they look good, like when they take photos with their families and their friends, saying that, oh, finally I have graduated from university. But like in Thailand, everything is like full on makeup, full on hairdo, everything else.
Well,
and sometimes when looking back at some of the photos of my friends, it's like, it's just too much for me, and I would not go with full on makeup for my own graduation. Like when I attended my own graduation ceremony, we just didn't have to care about anything because like the main part of graduation is that we just have to enjoy the moment, not focusing on like how thick your falsies are. And another part is that for graduation, in Thailand, we would have like plenty of balloons and props that we would like take photos. In Australia, we don't have that. We only have like a bouquet and that's it.
Oh, really? So I think maybe for Thailand, it's just the different like sense of, you know, kind of like custom, because in Thailand, of course, graduation is a big day, not only for the graduates, but for the whole family too.
Yeah, but I think like graduation is important for many people, not just in Thailand, but every single country around the world. But how they put so much importance into it, it has been reflected differently.
Yes.
Like in Australia, or even in the UK or the US, everything is kind of more simplistic. But in Thailand, everything is like full on props, full on balloons, full on everything else. But it's like a different kind of fun here.
Yeah. Especially I understand the fun here. Even for men too, we have to do full-on makeup, a little bit makeup, hairstyle, and you have to be more gentle, like a gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. And another part is that every single graduate will get like plenty of dolls just to like, you know how your friends and families would come and say congratulations, and then people would be carrying all of this back home. That is like the fun part of graduation in Thailand. But like in other countries, we just make it simple and we don't get to do any of that.
So today actually we talk about a lot of domestic issues in Thailand, and we have, of course, today there's another special interview with one of the CEO of the leading digital asset from, of course, Big Hub at Davos. Today we have this chance to talk to Mr. Jirayut Sapsisopa, the CEO of Big Hub today. Hey, Khun Thap, are you online?
Khun Thap, can you hear us?
Khun Thap, are you in Davos now?
Okay, I think that we're trying to connect with Khun Jirayut at the moment. So he's in Davos at the moment, and because this week is the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, and Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin is there as well. And Khun Jirayut is also there.
Yes, and especially this year's theme is rebuilding trust. So amid this artificial intelligence growth, misinformation, disinformation develops in not just in a country, it's all over the world. And so global leaders in politics, in business, of course, more than 2,000 participants, they right now gather at Davos. So, I'm a little bit envious about Khun Thap because actually it's snowy here right now. It's minus degree. Maybe one day we could join him or join the Davos in the future. So I'm not sure if we have Khun Chirayu already. Khun Thap, can you hear us?
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Khun Thap.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Hello. So sorry, there must be some technical issues. I cannot hear anything on my end. But let me give you a quick 10 minutes summary of Davos 2024 so far. First of all, thank you so much for the interview. I just came out from the Bill Gates session. This year, it is the 54th year that World Economic Forum is hosting at Davos, and it has the highest turnout in terms of the number of leaders attending. 2,800 leaders in total came to Davos this week, and out of the 2,800 people, 300 are public figures. And the theme for this year is rebuilding trust.
Yes, can you hear us right now?
I got many insights from many of the leaders this year on the path forward for regaining trust.
Right. Can you hear us right now, Khun Thap?
Yes, okay, I can hear you now.
Yes, great. Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the summary here because it's very important for you to tell us what happened there. I just want to understand because you talked to Thailand's Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin already. So what's his message to the global stage here? Because it's pretty important that, as what you said, rebuilding trust here amid the artificial intelligence development here. And he will come up stage to talk about ASEAN too. So what's his message?
First of all, I'm very proud that the Thai Prime Minister is leading both the public and private sector's leader here at Davos. And he gave a very good speech and a great dialogue. And also, he facilitated all the questions asked in the room today really, really well. And the themes of this year is rebuilding trust. And he said that Thailand is now open up. Thailand is now ready to embrace new investment, to partner up, to ready for new opportunities to enter the country. And we have to increase the communication, open dialogue, and also there were many leaders that said similar things. For example, the leader state of Switzerland also said that we need to gain trust by not just only open dialogue between states, but also strengthen global institutions like the UN, so that they can act like a platform or as a bridge to as a dialogue. And we should also have agreements and compromises must be implemented, and we should renewing importance of charter. Whereas the Prime Minister Li Xiang of China, he said there are 5 steps to regaining trust. First is by strengthening, macro policy collaboration for global growth, because he said that now the world is more interconnected than we think, but at the same time more fragmented. So we need to collaborate. We need to increase communication. We need to increase economic governance. Second step is to strengthen international industrial specialization, so that we can collaborate to keep, global supply chain smooth. He treasure trade liberalization, make pie of mutual benefits bigger. The third step is to increase the international exchange in science and technology.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister of Li Xiang said we are entering a new round of tech revolution, and we have to implement new infrastructure. Yeah. And in order to do this well, we need to keep competition healthy and not undermining each other's efforts. we need collaboration to happen.
Right.
And the fourth step is to strengthen collaboration on green development, climate, green trade, and synergy on green R&D. And the last step is to strengthen North and South divide. We need stronger bonds and collaboration between the North and South to build inclusive economy. Because now there's a tech divide, North and South inequality happening. So we also need to bridge this gap. Whereas
yes, Kun Thap, can I ask you one question? Because of course you talk about all those important details there. Do you remember last time we had interview together in September last year? You told me that there would be fresh investment in 2024 to come into our region, and you say that Thailand has to be ready to do, of course, implementation of digital economy, green supply chain, and carbon neutrality. Of course, we see the carbon neutrality goal by Thailand is by 2050. Some people say that it's too sluggish. So you talked to Prime Minister Siddhartha Thavisin already. How about his plans here? Because it's very important for Thailand to get more foreign direct investment, new fresh of money to come to Thailand. So what's your thoughts?
Last night, I was in the ASEAN leaders dinner.
Yes.
But the PM wasn't there. But we discussed about this issue in particular. And I can share with you the insights that by 2025, which is next year, there will be a digital economy integration agreement within the ASEAN region. And the leaders were discussing how are we going to integrate the ASEAN in a healthy manner. Because, there'll be an unprecedented amount of investment surging into our region. ASEAN will be entering its golden era. And how do we ensure that we can maximize the benefit, but at the same time, not undermining each other's effort by not creating unfriendly competition, right? So we discussed on things like standardization. The Minister of Finance of Indonesia was there too. She said we need, for example, internet connectivity across the ASEAN region. These are all the necessary infrastructure. We need to standardize the payment infrastructure in order to unlock free flow of money across the region, in order to unlock free flow of goods and services. In order to unlock free flow of people, we need to fix on the standardization of regulations. In order to speak the same language, taxonomy, we need to fix on the standardization of, even the definition or the scalability of technology. How do we make sure that all the infrastructure existing in different countries are on par or of the same quality?
Yes.
And then we also discussed on issues like we are integrating ASEAN. And digital economy is going to be huge. And we are integrating in this era where the technology is much more advanced than back then when the European integration came about. We are totally living in a different world now. How do we avoid the mistakes that the European countries did, if there were any? Right? And how do we leapfrog with the latest technology?
Yeah, of course, according to what you said about the insights in the ASEAN leaders meeting, of course, you talk about digitalization and standardization there. It's very important for Thailand too, because you talk about 2025 digital economy integration agreement. It's not just in Thailand, it's in ASEAN, and there are so many countries there for standardizing their, of course, their capacity there. So yesterday, of course, today you talk with Prime Minister of Vietnam too, right? I think it's correct. So you understand that Vietnam is a very fast-pacing, changing economy there to get ahead of Thailand. Do you think Thailand is ready to maintain its competitiveness with the growth of Vietnam here?
I have after listening into the PM's session today, I have big hope for Thailand. he's putting Thailand back on stage, on a
Yeah.
global stage again, leading all the public and private leaders here at Davos. And he was very welcoming to global investors, to invest in Thailand. And he was able to facilitate things like institutional reform, right?
Yeah.
Policies and legal framework must comply with where the world is heading. He was talking about cloud, internet infrastructure, green, renewable. He was talking about pricing and cost of production too.
Yeah.
How we cannot, maintain the old premium. We have to increase. We have to find new capabilities to unlock the new premium to increase the GDP of our country. And the role of human capital is also another good factor to unlock growth for Thailand and for the region. And the PM said he also had a closed like a consortium of leaders in the ASEAN region on how to push forward the growth in a healthy and collaborative way going forward. So after hearing all these messages, I have big hopes for Thailand. And the PM is having another session this afternoon with all with the other two prime ministers from the ASEAN region. And this is the first time that World Economic Forum is hosting this on a big stage. So it is showing to the world that everyone is interested in the ASEAN region more and more each year, and we have a bigger and bigger voice on the global stage each year.
Okay, so Thailand has to steer through the challenges there in ASEAN. Although of course you have big hope for Thailand. Do you have any question for Kun Thap?
I think we are running out of time, so we would love to talk more. But today, thank you so much for sharing your insights from Davos, Switzerland. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you. See you. And that
See you.
was
See
the.
you.
So that was the insights from Kun Zirayut Sapsisopa from BitCup. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Chat Room. Join us every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World. And don't forget to follow us on social media, including our website, ThaiPBSWorld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand, as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ